you so much for being here. If you happen to be here live for this weekly live broadcast of the Force Acceleration Collab call, my name is Chris, and I am grateful that you are here. And if you happen to be watching this on the replay, then thanks for being here on the replay. What you're watching right now is a rebroadcast or a simulcast. I guess it's a simulcast because it's happening simultaneously. You are watching a simulcast of a collaboration call that I give to my private mastermind called Force Acceleration. This is your opportunity to kind of get a taste for what it's like on the inside of that mastermind. It's a whole lot of fun. In fact, fun is one of our core principles. We focus on three things in that mastermind. The first is we want to increase the profit of your business. So if you have a business and you're making some money and you want to make more, then that's our first priority. Second priority is to have more impact on the people that you serve. So we explore ways to get people better results so that they're happier with you and they keep coming back and spending more and more money with you. And then the third thing we do is we try to have some fun while we're doing it. And we have lots of ways that we have fun, including some really cool people who get together for coffee every week on a Zoom, and we sit and drink coffee and laugh and we just have a great time. So you get a sneak peek of that by being here on YouTube. So I'm grateful that you're here, whether it's live or in the replay. If it's live, if you're here live, there's a chat function for you. I'm going to put a link in there for you, and that's collab.prouty.me. I'll pop that in there, and I don't think I can pin it. Maybe I can't. But that is a place you can go to check out the collab, learn more about it. And if it's something that intrigues you of hanging out with a bunch of really cool people who are all trying to get the same things done as you, then I would love to see you have a chat with me about seeing if you're right for it. Not everybody's right for it, but some people are. All right, so we are going to start today. A question came in during the week in response to a video that I put out. And I want to answer that question for you. So I'm going to be taking some notes for you while I do that. So let me share my screen with you. That means I got to go back to the old Zoom here. Let me share my screen with you and we will get to it. And here's the question. So I released a video recently about setting higher goals for yourself. And in that video, I cited that most people don't set their goals high enough. And in fact, I think I actually used the phrase, if you have a goal and you know how to achieve that goal, you don't have a goal, you have a to-do list. And that's vastly different than the kind of goals that high-performing people set. High-performing people set goals that they have no idea how to achieve. That's the kind of goal I want you to have for yourself. You should set a goal and you should look at that goal and it should make you a little bit nervous and you really shouldn't have a sense for how to achieve it. But the mere fact of setting the goal is going to start a sequence of events that will reveal the solution and the steps to getting to that goal. They won't all be laid out for you. They never will. But you'll find out what the first step is, and you'll act on that first step, and then you get to the second step, and so on. So that's what that video is about. And I got this beautiful question from Missy Loves Life over on TikTok. And check out her channel. She's got some really cool stuff going on. So you're going to want to go check her out for sure. And she posed this question. Okay, but how do we set higher goals while minimizing stress? It's not healthy. And I will tell you, I agree. Stress is one of those things that is not healthy by any stretch. And I wouldn't want anyone to be stressed in an unhealthy way. But I will tell you that having a little bit of stress as you're working towards your goals is probably a good thing because it's going to get you to take action. But let's talk about this and let's talk about setting high goals as they relate to stress and your ability to achieve those goals. And so I'm going to take some notes here, right here on this page, and you can follow along as I do it. But I think the key is going to be aligning your really high goals I don't even know of a better word for that. Your highest goals, that's not the way you spell it. Your highest goals with the stuff, the things that inspire you the most. These are the things you value. Thanks for hanging out and bearing with my spelling mistakes. There's going to be a ton of them. Nothing I can do about it. I'm not the best speller. So that's the key. That's what we're going to talk about in this video, is aligning your highest goals with the things that inspire you the most. So why do we do this? So you might be asking yourself, okay, Chris, but why do I want to do this? Well, here's why. When you work from an inspired state, you elicit a response from a part of your brain that does not create stress. You elicit a response from a part of your brain that actually calms you down and has the ability to mute the other part of your brain that creates stress. And I don't want to get too neuroscientific here, but what I'm going to tell you is this: there are three major parts to your brain. Your basal ganglia, that's your most primitive part of your brain. Your limbic system, which is the mammalian part of your brain that's responsible for things like emotion and keeping your species alive. Every mammal has that. But then you are unique in that you have a neocortex. That's the most evolved part of your brain. What we know about the neocortex is that when you work on the things you value and the things you are inspired by, blood, oxygen, nutrients flow to your neocortex. Your neocortex doesn't know stress. It only knows inspiration. It only knows how to work on the things and get energized by the things that inspire you and that you value. But your neocortex also has the ability to mute the impulses from your basal ganglia and your limbic system. That's where stress comes from. So if you can, by its nature, align your goals with what inspires you most, with what you value most, you immediately start working in an inspired state, and you immediately start energizing your neocortex. And when you energize the neocortex, your stress response goes down. So you work in a healthy, I can't say stress-free, but you work in a state that is where you mitigate the stress, which I think is minimize the stress, which is what you're asking. So why? Because you work from the neocortex. All right. So that's the first part, and that's what's most important. But how? How do we figure out what inspires us the most and what we value most? I'm going to take you through a very simple exercise right now that's going to help you figure that out. I didn't make up this exercise. I've had a couple of mentors teach this to me, and it is a very powerful exercise. It's called the STEM exercise. So the STEM exercise goes like this. The S stands for space. How do you fill your space? And you can do this along with me while I'm describing this to you. Get out a piece of paper and write down everything that you observe in your space. Look around you. What do you surround yourself with? We are always going to surround ourselves with the things that inspire us and the things that we value. I am a minimalist by definition. I don't have a lot of things, but the things that I do have around me inspire me. So look around your space and start to make a list. What are the things that start to jump out at you that inspire you? And then make that list. That's going to help you. That's your first step in figuring out the things that you value and the things that inspire you. The next step is T. That stands for time. How do you spend your time? And I should probably put a question mark here to be grammatically correct. I think that's important on rare occasion. How do you spend your time? When given the choice between two activities, we will always do what we value most. We will always do what inspires us most. When you have the freedom of choice, what are you going to spend your time on? So now I can start to reveal to you the things that inspire me and the things that I value the most. And there are three of them. The first is my business. The second is my children. And the third is my fitness, optimizing my physical fitness. When given the choice between two activities, I'm always going to choose one of those three. So I don't really like to socialize. I would rather work on my business. And I don't really like to clean the house. I'd rather spend time goofing around with the kids. And every single morning when I wake up, the very first thing I do is I go out and I run. I run 6 miles. That, like minutes after waking up, that's what I do. Because these are the things that I value the most. And these are the things that inspire me. Now, they might not be for you, and that's totally fine. You have things that inspire you. What do you spend your time doing? The next is E. How do you spend your energy? Where do you place your energy? This is your mental energy. This is your spiritual energy. This is your physical energy, your intellectual energy, your social energy, well, money is the last one. Money's the M. I was going to say your financial energy, but that's really M. So we'll get to that in a minute. If you have energy to spend, where does it go? What activities do you participate in? What do you think about? What do you learn about? What podcasts do you listen to? What do you watch on, if you still watch TV, what do you watch on TV? I think if you're in my program here, you probably don't watch a lot of TV. It's one of the first things that I advise. So how do you spend your energy? Write those things down. And then finally, the M, where do you spend your money? Where do you spend money? So I spend money on three things. I spend money on my business, I spend money on my children, and I buy my running shoes. About every 8 weeks, I have to buy a new pair of running shoes. That's where I spend my money. Where you decide to spend your money is going to reveal what inspires you the most and what you value the most. So once you do the STEM exercise, you should have 4 lists. I want you to look at those lists and what starts to jump off the page at you. What common thread do you see flowing through each of those lists? That common thread is going to be revelatory to you in what inspires you the most. Now, align your highest goals with the things that inspire you the most. Then, align your highest goals with what inspires you the most. Find that from the lists above. Okay, so we just did the STEM exercise. You looked through your answers. You found that common thread. Align your goals with what's on, with that common thread, with that thing that jumped off the page at you. That sort of alignment is going to make sure that when you're working on your goals, you're working where? You're working from the neocortex. Okay? It's going to ensure that you're working from the neocortex. When you work from the neocortex, it has the ability to mute the impulses from the other parts of your brain. You will not notice time going by. You won't feel the need to snack. Distractions won't occur. All of these things mean that you're working in an inspired state, and that's what I want for you. So when you align the highest goals with what inspires you the most, you start to work in a almost stress-free environment. It's impossible to be totally stress-free, easy for me to say, because the other two parts of your brain are always going to be there. And by the way, your basal ganglia in your limbic system have a tremendous power over your brain. They are always working to get your neocortex to not work so that the basal ganglia keeps you alive, the limbic system keeps your tribe alive. That's what they're for. So they have to work really hard to make sure that happens, where your neocortex is just kind of chilling out. So the neocortex doesn't fire as quickly as the other two. So you're never going to be stress-free. But when you can work in that inspired state, you are minimizing stress in the healthiest way possible because you are working towards that inspired goal. And so what happens if you can't align your highest goals with what inspires you most and what you value most? What happens if you can't do that? Well, the first step is going to be to find a way to link the two. And you find some sort of connection between achieving that goal and finding fulfillment, confidence, balance, happiness in your most inspired activities. Find some sort of link between. When you find that link, then you bond the goal to the inspiration and to the values. If it's not direct, you can do that. Now, what if you can't find that link? Then, my friends, you've got to take some time and you've got to do some honest self-reflection, because at that point, your goals are not aligned with what inspires you and they can't be connected to what inspires you. You've got to really ask yourself why you've set those goals in the first place, because those goals might not be the right goals for you. That's where the unhealthy stress comes in. One of the ways that you can tell if a goal is inspired or not is if you intrinsically will work towards that goal. What does that mean? That means you don't need a to-do list. You don't need reminders. You don't need motivation, because discipline and inspiration work hand in hand, and you always gravitate towards the state of working towards those goals. So no to-do lists, no reminders, no motivation. It just naturally happens. I never need a reminder or a to-do list to do my job, to work for my clients. And by the way, if any of this is resonating with you and you'd like to explore what it looks like to work in a mastermind with other people who all are working towards their inspired goals, I would encourage you to check out the link that I'm going to put on the screen in the recording that will allow you to check out my collaborative mastermind called Force Acceleration. It is designed to do three things. It is designed to help you get more profit in your business. It's designed to help you have more impact on those you serve. And it's designed to help you have fun at the same time. And we all are working towards that. You get together with a bunch of really cool people, like the people here who are here right now watching this thing live. You get together with those people every single week, and we all work towards those goals. So I hope you'll go to collab.prouty.me, which is the link on the screen, to check out that mastermind. And I would love to see you in there. All right, so wrapping this up, work towards that inspired state. You don't need the to-do list. You don't need the reminder or the motivation. And align your highest goals with those highest inspirations, and you'll find those goals just magically start to manifest in front of you. And if you need the reminder or the to-do list or the motivation, engage in some honest self-reflection and see why you set those goals in the first place, because maybe those aren't the perfect goals for you, and spend some time finding the ones that are. All right, so I hope that makes a lot of sense, and I will push that out as a recording at some point. All right, so there you go. Align your highest goals with what inspires you the most. Stop that share. And here I am back with you in my surfer mode. Let's hop into the chat. You guys were quiet during that, you guys here in the Zoom chat. Everybody okay? That was kind of, did we get a little too deep for a Friday at noon? Were we a little too deep, a little too heavy? I see some ones coming in. Okay, I'm okay. That was good. Another couple of double one just came in. Saw that. Let's go check in on YouTube and see what's going on over here. Hey, YouTube, thanks if you're here on YouTube. Oh, wow, triple ones over here. Thank you for that. What's up, YouTube? Thank you so much for being here. Somebody says, I'm taking it easy on you. Oh, boy. All right. All right. I don't know if I should be afraid of that or not, but thank you for taking it easy on me. So I'm here to talk about anything, answer any other questions that you might have. I just got a one over on YouTube. Thanks for that. Let's see. I think I got a couple other questions that are queued up that came in from social media this week. Let's see if I can get those things answered. Let me look those up real quick, and we'll get to the next one. Here we go. Okay, so this is a good one. I'll copy this and I'll paste it into the document that we're working from. And I'll share that with you. All right, let me share this with you. So this is a question that came in from YouTube. Hey, can I ask you a good question? What is your opinion of influencers? Do you trust their message and endorsement? Please give me your answer and thank you. So my short answer is no, I don't I don't trust influencers. By their job is to influence you. They get paid to influence you. And if you're getting paid to influence me, then your job is to influence me. And I don't want to be influenced by you if you're making money from influencing me. Does that make sense? Like, I see influencers all the time. So what's your opinion? My opinion is to be cautious. And I'll give you an example. Somebody says, I only trust influencers that stand in front of yachts and Lambos. So that's good. I recently saw an influencer on Instagram. Now, this isn't an established influencer. It's somebody who is really late to the party, because I think the age of the influencer is quickly vanishing. And I think you're going to find, especially over the next couple of years, short form content influencers are going to really struggle to make money. So here, ready? How much? Let's do this. How much money does an average influencer make? Okay. Top earners earn 91,000 a year, 75th percentile here, 25th percentile 41 in here's in their monthly pay. So social media influencer, these are June 2024 numbers. Total bell-shaped curve, very few are making enough to afford anything. The average makes 57,000 a year. Okay, the average is making 57,000 a year. If you look at these influencers, they're not affording anything that they're showing you. Okay, the trips, the pictures by the whatever, you know what they're doing? They're walking down the streets of Miami and they're finding the Bugattis and they're standing in front of them making their videos. I wish I could show you this, but she's already closed her account. There was a real estate influencer that was always posting pictures of her driving in a Bentley going to her showings. And then something happened and somebody stole some money from her. They stole about $100,000 from her. And in court, all the records showed it wiped her out. It financially wiped her out. So this woman, this real estate influencer who's driving around in Bentleys, $100,000 hit wiped her out. And she ain't driving it. She doesn't own a Bentley. She can't even rent a Bentley at that point. So the reality is they're lying to you to get you to spend money on their product. So they can make money. So they can make $57,000 a year. Here, let's do something fun. What jobs pay $57,000 a year? We'll do 50K. Here are jobs that pay $50,000 a year. KFC restaurant manager. I'm trying to find anything fun here. Dental office manager. Retirement planner. A receptionist. Middle school social studies teacher. A lash technician. So the reality is, if you look at influencers, and even if you look at the salary range, where very, very few, 2% are making 2% are making upwards of 100, 3% are at that real top range of 100,000 a year. Even in nowadays, $100,000 a year, what can you even buy for that? I don't even know. I don't even know what you can buy on $100,000 a year. Like, you can't buy the stuff that they're showing you. You can bat an eye for lash technique. I like that. Okay, so you look at their influencers, look at the lifestyle that they're presenting to you, and ask yourself the critical question: if I made $100,000 a year, could I afford this? So then You could if you had somebody else paying all of your expenses. But let's go with $57,000 a year. So what is that per month? What's the math on that? Is that four? That's just under, that's 4,500 a month, we'll call it. What can you afford for 4,500 a month? Well, if if you had to spend all of your money, what's it cost to rent a how much does it cost to rent a Lamborghini for a day or an afternoon? I'm going to guess about $2,000. That would be my guess. Lamborghini rentals, oh, $1,000 a day. So you're making 4,500. You could go rent a Lambo for a day, bring all your clothes with you, change a bunch of times, and do all your social media content for the month. Okay, that's what's happening. That's what's happening. So what's my opinion of influencers? They're lying to you to get money to flow from your bank account to someone else's bank account. That might not be what you want to hear, right? Especially you people who are trying to be influencers. You might not want to hear that message, but that's the reality of what it is. You're being lied to by people. I was starting to tell this story. I saw a dude who was trying to become an influencer he's trying to become a restaurant influencer in Miami. And this dude is probably in his 20s. And the video that I saw of him is he's standing in a hamburger joint, eating a hamburger and dancing like he just got out of 20 years of jail where they fed him macaroni, uncooked macaroni every day for 20 years. And that was his first bite of food after getting out of jail. Like I've never seen someone so unbelievable. I wish I could find the video and show you, but I won't. I don't want to spend time searching for it. I've never seen a human being so excited to eat food. And what they were doing is they were just lying to you. That is lying to you. That is, look at how much fun I'm having. Look at how delicious this food is. I'm having the best time in the world to get you to come and try this burger place. Bad news. This burger place, you look at the health records from the city of Miami, constantly shut down for health code violations, mediocre food at best. At best. And everybody was calling him out in the comments saying that's the worst burger place in Miami. But this guy is lying to you to try to get you in there. So when you see somebody who is portraying to be an influencer, you've really got to ask yourself, why are they saying this to me? Why are they acting this way? What is the motive behind what I'm seeing? What's the motive? Because there is one. There is a motive. You got to figure out what it is. Generally, they're trying to get contribution to their $57,000 a year from the burger joint that's paying them to dance around and shove food in their face. Right? Do you trust their endorsement? No. Never. Like, never. I would rather find an expert, someone who that's all they do, and they present things to me in a calm manner, right? You want to see an example of somebody who's an expert who presents things in a calm manner? There's this dude, I don't even know his name. There's a dude on YouTube who reviews audio equipment, and there's a speaker that I want. See if I can find this guy. I should go to YouTube and search it. There's a speaker that I would really dig getting. Yeah, it's the A9. This dude does a review of it. This guy right here. Yes, the speaker is on my Amazon list. And it's in my eBay cart at all times. So this guy, Andrew Robinson, I didn't even know his name. This video is 20 minutes long, and he spends 20 minutes talking about this speaker. And he's not hyped about it. Wish that video, I'll pause it there. He's not hyped about it, right? He just talks about it. Talks about what he likes about it, what he doesn't like about it. Just talks about it. It's hype free, and he is an authority. He's an expert and an authority. He has established himself as an expert and authority. Because if you look at his channel, you know, this is what he does, is he talks about audio equipment. I get kind of upset when I look at his channel because I have an above average competency with this stuff. And I'm like, why didn't I start this channel? Now I don't have time. Now I'm too busy with the other stuff. I should have started this thing. Anyway, the point of this guy is someone that I would trust. And his wife talks to him while they're talking. He's just very calm. He's just very calm about it. So do I trust his endorsement? Absolutely. Would I buy that speaker having never heard it based on his YouTube review? Yes, I would. I really don't have a need for it. I've got speakers everywhere. I just happen to think that one's pretty cool looking, and it sounds, what he says, it sounds really good. I haven't actually heard it. So I don't feel like he's lying to me just to get me to buy it. Because you look at some of his reviews, some are good, some are bad, and you can tell there's honesty there. Whereas the dancing, shoving a burger in your face dude, right? Yes. Let's see. We'll take a look at this. I don't know what I'm clicking on here. Yeah, see this. This is an influencer. This is what I see of 99% of the influencers out there. That's great. Thank you. Thank you. To the point where in some cities they have studios that are set up to look like private jets. You know, they have studios that are set up to look like private jets where you can go and get a picture of yourself to make you look like you're flying around on a private jet. How can you trust anything? And I'm really surprised at the $57,000 a year for the average influencer, but maybe not. I don't know. I don't have a sense. I don't have a sense for that. So the question at hand is, do I trust influencers? I mean, I trust that they have toilet seats and that, you know, that they can have pictures like this taken. I trust that they're hyping up stuff that isn't necessarily, they're not necessarily being as honest as possible. So what do you do? You know, what do you do? You know, for $1,000 a day. Oh, look at this one, a bargain, $600 a day. And you just bring a bunch of outfits with you and drive around to different locations. You know, do a bunch of videos. So every month you got a $600 a month budget for making all your videos to make it look like you're rich when you're actually making $57,000 a year. And somebody else is footing all your expenses. And then you saw it's only the very top smallest percent that even comes close to 100,000 a year. So do I trust influencers? No, you got to be cautious. You know, and I think this is kind of a polarizing example, but you look at this guy who's talking about the Bang & Olufsen A9, you know, you look at this dude and you look at the way he presents. There's no hype. It's just, here's data, facts, information, educate you. Now you're educated, go make a decision. And then, you know, he's got his affiliate link here. I'll happily buy from that affiliate link. Let's see, is it? Yeah, it's an Amazon one. So I'd happily buy from that affiliate link. You know, give him a little spliff because of the way he presented. So you got to be cautious. The reality is most influencers are lying to you. Most influencers are lying to you. Yeah? To get you to spend money so that they can make $57,000 a year. So what do? You know, how do you know this? You've just got to develop a sense. You got to develop a sense. You got to look and you've just got to be, you know, critical thinking, I guess. Critical thinking is probably going to be your best friend here. Asking questions. Why? Why are they shoving a hamburger in their mouth and dancing? Are they trying, is someone trying to manipulate me and how I think about things? All right, so that was a good question that came in. I think I got one more and we got time to answer this one. Let me see. Let's see. I haven't read this one yet. It's long. So let's see what we got here. I'm going to read this one in real time. Chris is what they started with an exclamation point. Could you do a cold email tool comparison next? My Striker has been my go-to for the past few months. A/B testing with 26. Are they advertising this in my feed as a question? Maybe. Doesn't this seem like an ad right here? Oh my God, this is an ad. This is somebody who came into my comments. This is somebody who came into my comments and disguised a comment as a sales pitch. Had I read this before doing this, I wouldn't even have said I had another question. This isn't a question. I'll do a cold email tool comparison. My Striker is a terrible tool. I don't know that it is. I don't know anything about it. This is an ad. This is an ad, right? So no, you don't get an answer from me on this one because, and hey, their tag management system, an absolute time saver. Here, let me answer the question that you're not asking. Here's the real question. You ready? How can I get better at disguising my sales pitch as a YouTube comment? Clearly, I'm really bad at it right now. This is the question. This is my translation. Okay, here's the I'm going to translate this. Okay. So this comment translates into, how do I get better at disguising my sales pitch as a YouTube comment? Clearly, I'm really bad at it right now. So let's reword this thing. You would reword this thing by saying, you could start this one. Okay, you could start with that. That's fine. Can you do a cold email tools comparison next? I'm currently using my Striker, and I like it. Wondering what else is out there. That's all you got to say. That's it. This will have a better effect because smart people will see that you're pitching. Smart people see through your dumb comment, which is a dumb comment. Smart people will see through this. Smart people will identify that you are trying to pitch in your comment, and they're not going to now go Google my Striker. But if you wrote it like this, currently using my Striker and I like it, wondering what else is out there, that seems more genuine. And now people are going to be like, my Striker. I don't even know if I don't know, maybe it's Missed Rika. Missed Rika. Now people are going to go Google that and they're going to check it out. Yeah. So that's how you stop being dumb and you start being smart. You ease it back a little bit. You ease back your sales pitch just a little bit. I did not ease back on telling you what I think about you. That's part of my job. Next, you should go to a hamburger joint and shove some burgers in your face and dance around and tell people they're the best burgers on the face of the earth. And in 12 months, enjoy your $57,000. Somebody says, where did you get the wood on the walls behind you? That, I'll be very honest with you, literally came in the mail moments before we started. And I have to screw those into the wall. They are literally leaning against the wall right now. Like if a kid or a dog came running in here, those things would topple right over. I got those from Wayfair, which is an online furniture place. And I like the way those look. I'm digging the 1978 architectural office vibe a lot. And I only wanted to do a small portion of the wall because I like asymmetry. And we complete the look like this. Let me just help you out here. And so, now we got the whole thing going on. I should do all, you got the terrible reflection in the glasses. So I will, find a way to get rid of that. I will start to do all my thumbnails this way. Yeah, we got the vibe going on. Hold on. Hold on. Not many people get to see this. You do, though. If this is truly the 1970s, I got one too many buttons. Okay. Oh, that did it. That completed the look. I gotta tell you, I'm terrified right now, and you know why? I'm looking at my monitor and I'm seeing my freaking dad. I feel like this is how my dad used to wear his shirts, like that. And these glasses, holy smoke, I am sitting here looking at my father when I was a kid. This is terrible. This is terrible. Let's go ahead and just button this right up. Let's take these off and let's come back to 2024. We're back. And we're back. And we're back. Somebody says, look, Cicely says, looks better than we thought. I think that's got a pretty sophisticated look. It's got a pretty sophisticated look. The people on YouTube right now, I don't know what you guys are thinking about what's going on here, but I don't even know. Here it is right here. How many people are even hanging out? I've lost the entire YouTube crowd. That's okay. Prouty Vice is the new show on TV. Yeah. Yeah, it certainly is. So there's more stuff coming, just in a minimalist way. There's going to be some more stuff coming and showing up here. And that, my friends, is what I got for you today. I'm looking at the chat, looking at the Q&A, making sure there's nothing else. Anything else before we adjourn? All right, I guess we did it. We did it. We'll stop the YouTube.